Kristen Maloney. In the early 90s, Kim Zmeskal won this title 3 consecutive years. She dominated. Since '92, she's been virtually out of the sport. She tore her ACL in that time, grew a couple of inches, and to get here to compete against all the other gymnasts, she actually qualified. She thought maybe she'd finish like, 12th, 13th. She finished 3rd. Really behind her.
7 years ago, Kim Zmeskal, world champion in this very city of Indianapolis. Step out with a smile. Her coach is Mary Lee Tracy.
Step out of bounds, right? That's all right. Hey, you know what was better, though? You, like, on the switch side, it was like, I'll show you that switch side pole position. And that was much, much better. I know it makes you mad, but you know what? Let go of it, all right? Because you got to get ready for the next one. Good job, Kim.
Tough love from the coach. Now, every gymnastics fan, Elfie and Tim, is sitting there from Maine to Maui going, I think Kim looks blank. What about you two?
Well, she has worked so hard just to get this old gymnastics back, and she will be the first one to say, I have a long way to go.
That concludes the first rotation here in Indianapolis. And Tim Daggett, what I want to know from you is, what does the performance of Vanessa Atler do for the rest of her night?
Oh, God, it completely energizes her. This performance that she had, if she did it the first night of competition, she would have been leading by almost 4/10 of a point. She has struggled in the past, but everybody always points to Vanessa. She is one of the most talented athletes to ever walk on a gymnastics floor.
First thing Elfie Schlegel said when she walked into the arena tonight, she said, can you feel the tension? And yes, it is very tense in here, but early on, the response of Kristen Maloney and Dominique Moceanu was very, very strong.
Well, Kristen is not going to let this one go by. She is in a perfect position. She has a great cushion heading into her second event. And just to put it in perspective, she is 2 falls in front of the second-place person.
That's a big cushion. 1 point worth of big over Dominique Moceanu. Vanessa Atler has
Gymnastics, and in that time, they have put 42 gymnasts on the women's national team. Their vow has always been for better or worse with the Parkettes. Grooming an Olympic alternate in '76 and a team member in '88, hoping next for a medalist. In '92, they believed it was happening. Kim Kelly earned a place on the squad at Olympic trials. The Strausses were ecstatic to be on their way to Barcelona. But politics changed everything. There were petitions and a closed-door meeting in Florida. Suddenly, Kim Kelly was off the team.
The powers to be just ripped it away from her. Those are the times that sometimes you look around and you say, what the heck am I still doing this for?
Bill and I got through it because we had to be tough for Kim to make sure that she was going to get through this and to be able to get on with her life without some very strong damage to her.
Kristen Maloney was a little girl in the gym that summer. She remembers the hurt, and it's probably why she's been scared to commit to Sydney.
I guess maybe she's sort of reliving this over and over again, and she wants to reinforce to herself that this isn't going to happen to her.
It was just a very emotional time in the gym. I think it gave us all the more strength behind us to keep going and just saying, like, you know, yeah, you did this to us, but we're not going away. We're coming back, and we're going to be stronger.
30 years, the Strausses are still working, still believing.
It's a deep wound, but on the bottom of the Parkette stationery, ironically, it says, where Olympic dreams come true. Now, Bob Colarossi is the new president of USA Gymnastics. Today, he told us that it'll be his recommendation this fall that the Olympic selection procedures be based on performance, thereby eliminating another Kim Kelly incident.
It's worth mentioning in Kristen's beam routine right off the start here that she gets a lot of bonus points in 3 elements right here. There's the first, second. People should become very familiar with that combination because right off the top, she gets 6/10 bonus for that combination.
On the floor exercise, the next competitor is Maloney.
You know, Kristen really has never found herself in this position, being the leader, the front runner. One of her coaches, Donna Strauss, said she thinks it's giving her a little bit more pressure. Big tumbling sequence.
Now remember, she's doing all of this amazingly with a stress fracture in the big bone of her right leg. That's why it's wrapped.
But she's already competed 3 times this year with the stress fracture. She said this is no big deal, just one more event to have to hang on for.
Like a hockey player. This is not choreographed. The music in the background is for floor exercise being competed simultaneously.
Here goes the dismount. This bothers her leg quite a bit. She does only a couple a day. Here we go. No problem.
The Parkettes team hasn't had a national champion since 1986. That was Jennifer Say. That's why you see the smiles, and they are cherishing this so much.
Nice job. Nice job.
Well, you can see why she's the Goodwill Games gold medalist on this event. So easy throughout this entire routine, but look what the pounding does on the legs here, the 2 back handsprings. You can just imagine what that feels like with having a stress fracture. That's the reason why she can only practice a couple.
And now the score for Kristen Maloney, a very strong 9.75. She shows no signs of weakening at all. Let's go to Elise Ray from Columbia, Maryland. She's been flirting with the leaders throughout the preliminary round, but in her first routine of the day, she received a 9.075. That was on the vault. So she needs this next performance, and she needs it badly on the uneven bars.
And she'll do much better than that. She is one of the best bar workers in the country. She has everything. She's got the big tricks, but she also has a beautiful line right here. Nice release combination, 2 in a row.
We've talked so much about the leaders, Adler and Maloney and Mocianu, but I'll tell you, this could be one of the kids, maybe the 2000 team.
Teammate of Dominique Dawes, trains at the same gym with Kelly Hill.
I know. I was like, oh my gosh.
She had a 9.825 in the preliminary round. Her coach is Kelly Hill. And I don't know, it looks similar to me.
Yeah, she has a tremendous look on bars. Great set.
After an 8.925 on floor, Zmeskal is going to want to rebound, and this is a good apparatus for her to do that.
Well, it's strong for Kim, but the first vault we're going to see her do is the same vault she did back in '92, and to put it in perspective, it's been devalued tremendously. It's only out of a 9.5.
And that's what she would get if she hit it perfectly.
Perfectly, and she was not perfect the other night. Big hop on the landing. Let's see how she does here. Definitely a better vault than we saw the other night. But as Elfie stated, only a 9.5 maximum score.
So if she is going to stick around for Sydney, she's got to up her difficulty a big time. Elise Ray's score on the uneven bars, just like yesterday, as the coach said, 9.85.
Well, Kim's working towards that, so her second vault, we will see an increase in value. It's out of a 9.8. She's adding an extra half twist. Now, this is interesting. This will only be the second time in competition that she's ever performed a move.
Wow.
Yeah, you are not going to see anybody do that vault any better here in Indianapolis. That was great.
The penny, huh?
It was a penny.
He said it was it.
Well, if she sticks around for Sydney, she'll have a 24-year-old mind. That's a lot of experience.
She had so much power, but what was so impressive, it's a blind landing. She knew exactly where the ground was. That's an exclamation mark. Beautiful.
Here's her coach watching.
Come on, Kim. Get it.
No shortage of emotion there. The judges take off more than 2/10.
I think that score's a little low for the second vault.